Hey, welcome to episode 4, everybody. So, what we're going to be looking at today is registering a website, signing up for hosting, updating the name servers on the website, and installing WordPress. I'm also going to install and take a look at Thrive Architect with everybody. And this is very basic stuff still, I get it. But someone somewhere, this is their first time seeing this, and I want to make sure I'm covering everything from start to finish as detailed as I can, and do them all in fairly short episodes so that I'm not overwhelming anybody. So for this one, I'm going to be looking at a website registration first. So first really good site that I always go to is GoDaddy. So I've already gone there and I've already looked up, I purchased the domain. But if you go to GoDaddy and just look up, I don't know, let's look at my domain, Manning Overboard. What it'll do, it'll actually search the available domains with what you're looking for as a .com. This is a .ca, .net, and so on and so forth, right? So .com already is purchased or owned by me, so you don't see that in the list. And when you actually go into my account you can see that I've got a couple domains here. I've got 93 Nonverbal, which is a different work or a different business that I run, and you have manningoverboard.com. So that'll be important in the next few steps. So next thing we want to do is get hosting, right? So like I mentioned, Bluehost, HostGator, stuff like that are all good options. HostGator is one that I have used in the past. I've had an account with them for probably 10 years now, where I host all my different websites. So let's go into HostGator and see what kind of options we've got. So outside of the standard propaganda type stuff or the standard advertising, really for what we're building right now, because this is a very preliminary entry level affiliate marketing. So we don't need to have the top of the line hosting, right? We don't need so in hosting there's really shared hosting, there's private hosting, which is pro, right? Your dedicated hosting, and your VPS, so your virtual servers. So for what I'm looking for, I'm just going to sign up for some shared hosting, and I want to be able to host on a couple different domains, because like I showed you guys in the last step there, I've got a couple different domains, so I want to make sure I've got hosting for them. The things in the business plan that are different than, like, let's say the baby plan here, I don't need the SEO tools. I don't need the dedicated IP. It could be helpful, but overall speed wise, I just want to make sure I'm sending people to a cleaner site that has a decent speed to it. So the baby plan is really what I'm going for. Okay, so next thing on the list after we've got hosting, what we want to do is we need to update the name servers. So what we're going to do to update the name servers first is we're going to log into our hosting account. And when you sign up for hosting, you'll get all of this stuff. So let me just log into my hosting account. And I'll bring you guys over to that screen in just a second. Okay. So I've logged into my hosting account. And what I want to do now is I want to actually go into cPanel, right? So cPanel is going to give me the ability to go and look up my name servers, install WordPress, all the rest of that kind of stuff, which is going to be important as we go to look to actually build the site. So once we're in our cPanel, what we want to do is we want to scroll down until we find this here. So this here on the side, your primary name server and your secondary name server are they're basically the address that they will point at the address to actually log in or be able to let HostGator have the hosting for the domain. So what we want to do is we want to go back into GoDaddy. We want to go to our domain. So for this one, we're going to go to Manning Overboard, and we're going to DNS here. We can go DNS here, or we can scroll down and they should be here as well. All right, so scroll down, manage DNS. And what we want to do is here. So you can change these, right? So I've already gone ahead and put them in. So if we go back to here, we got NS ns8315.hostgator.com and ns8316.hostgator.com. And in our name servers, we have the same thing here. So what that's going to be able to do is allow us to actually install or put the hosting on HostGator, which will then allow us to actually execute things on the site. So what we want to do now, once we have that done, so this is going to take, it takes usually 24 hours or 12 hours or so for the DNS or the name servers to actually update to your guys' name servers. So that's important to remember. It's not going to happen immediately. Next thing we want to do to get our website to the next step, so we can actually start adding pages to it, which is going to be our landing pages. The next step we want to do is install WordPress, which is going to allow us to create landing pages, allow us to create sales funnels, and start building that customer database. So what we want to do is go into WordPress installer here, and it's pretty simple and pretty straightforward. And like I mentioned, I've already done this. So if you go through, you just want to install here. All right, so install now. And what that'll do is that'll actually, and I'm using a different website right now for this as this example, because the DNS or the name servers are still being transferred over. But what this does is if you just hit install now, it'll walk you through a couple features, a couple things you want to fill out as far as like the name of the website, the titling, all that kind of stuff. And that'll give you the ability to install WordPress. Then when you're done installing WordPress, you can go to the website. Like I mentioned, I'm using a different website for this example because I haven't transferred the DNS over. It'll actually build it into the template that you have. So this is a template that I chose. It's full of basically just a whole bunch of lorem ipsum, so filler text to show you what the website is going to look like. Again, it's not all that important which one you actually go to right now. And this little bar up top, by the way, this little black bar is what'll show up when you're logged in as the admin. Right, so now that we're logged in as the admin, we can click to actually go in and do some editing if you want to, or alternatively, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually log into the admin website for this site, and then that way we can take a look at some of the editing options that we have. So let's get into the admin here. All right, so this is the typical kind of WordPress dashboard. There's a couple things on here where they're giving you offers to install some plugins. So Jetpack is an example here where they're trying to get you to install Jetpack. They've got a bunch of stuff that they typically want to try to get you to install, but there's some themes, right? So the only theme I've installed myself is this one right here, which is Thrive Architect. And what Thrive Architect is going to do is going to give me the ability to build landing pages and build sales funnels that'll work well with my email opt-ins and all that kind of stuff. This is just an easier way to create the website or create the sales funnels pages for me. Now, I think there are some options. ClickFunnels is an example. There's some other sales funnel automation tools out there that you could use. I personally am not a huge fan because they can range up to $100 a month to get started, up to $300+ a month for people who are going to be using them full time and using them a lot. For me, that's just not. That's just not worth it. I'm not doing enough traffic right now, but as I get further along into the process, maybe I start doing that. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to be using Thrive Architect to show you guys what I'm going to be looking at. So that'll be it for episode 4. I know it was very fast, but I wanted to go through the steps of getting a domain signed up or website signed up, hosting signed up, and how to install WordPress. What we're going to be doing in the next episode is I'll walk through a creation of a sales funnel with Thrive Architect. I'll walk through signing up or creation of an email marketing account, and from that point, we'll start pushing traffic in. Probably episode 6 or 7, I'll start pushing traffic to the website and start building those sales pages and those sales funnels. So thanks for joining, guys, and yeah, we'll see you on the next episode. Thanks.